You are not just committed offense against the spirits of those people. You committed offense against the next generation of that same people. And we are committing more offense against God Almighty who brought them. We are not the one that brought the people we sent back to heaven. Formerly, when we were growing up, we find out that when you see a corpse on the road, you cry, you feel shocked, you think about your own life. That one day, wow, this person is also a child of someone. This person was given birth to one day, and people greeted the mother, congratulations. You reflect upon your life. You think about what will happen to you too. And that shock was there those days. But today, people will just pass through corpses. People will see people die. They will just go on their own way. They will not even think twice. They will not even think about whatever. We must take care of their family. If they are such, they are fending for their family. You don't punish an individual to punish all. To punish the whole family. The children did not offend you. And it is their responsibility before they leave to prison to fend for their family. If they don't, they could be arrested for that. So if you arrested them for their wrong conduct, then we must be able to also fend for the family they are living. As a government, that is the real essence of government. This is a government that will be able to be the hope of our next generation, of our coming children. And your children and our own children will also enjoy the good society when they come. Because we have shown love in our generation, so they will continue from there. But if it's killing, we are preparing. If it's condemnation, elimination, we are preparing for criminality or the criminals in our society. Then their children will be more dangerous to the government tomorrow. Prime fortunate, I believe so strongly in human rights. And I believe the life should not end with the concept of human rights. Life should go beyond that. I believe in a justly ordered universe where the looks of responsibility or fail to be responsible could mean total destruction to the people. And I believe that the individual responsibilities should be absolute. But I want you to understand that we cannot make a perfect world with fear. There is no how we can make our world to be perfect with the concept of fear, imparted fear, inherent fear in the people. There should be a process, there should be a procedure through which people can see perfections as necessity or as something that it is in their nature, that they could actually become perfect by the power of will. By the power of will, people can be perfect. People should see themselves as being able to live perfectly by themselves, aside of the fear of what the law or the constitutions are saying. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, oh, we wept when we remember Zion. For they that carry us captive require of a song. How can we sing the long songs in a strange land? That is what society is operating on right away. I want to believe it's not enough to make people to know that they need to be responsible to righteousness, to live well, to live in well, to live in conditions, to expectation. I don't believe in forcing people to be responsible, because I said, and I'm saying again, that the nature of man cannot be intimidated as much as we are created with the supreme God Almighty, and His breath is in us. So the more we try to curtail the criminality in the society, the more it seems as if the whole thing is getting spread and much more than expectation. For almost 15 years, I've been struggling to know what the world can do to make the world, or to meet up with the improvement expected in this world, especially for the next generation. Because as it is now, nobody has hope in this generation again. Nobody is feeling secure. When you see presidents, you see a lot of numbers of securities around them, and we're like, oh, why all this? This thing should have been, if this world should have been a free world, shouldn't have required people, securing, using their life taking their life for security, and that should be a natural security for human. And through their love, through their unison, they could actually achieve this very world. I want a good world for the people. I want people to live securely without a fear of one another, and I want people to live conveniently as well without looking up to one another before living, offending for their family. And I don't want the most populate number of people to depend on government. So I got a lot of issues that are bothering my mind when I see these things in the society and with people. I've started recently to impart the world with the keys that can help humans to understand their real essence in living and how to secure their values. Because it's not about making things done now. To secure it is another problem, because the world is not in quite number of people in the world don't know the essence of value, and they don't even know the essence of their living. So for this reason, there is need for security, but the security we are applying in the world today is still the same human that we need to secure, that we also use to secure ourselves. I'm not sure that is a perfect world of order and justice, and it's a sign that the world is yet to be perfect. We are not yet at the peak of understanding the real essence of living and how to apply our intelligence in the rightful or productive direction that can make all our sundry to live conveniently and without fear of danger. Every human is victim of the unexpected and the death and the calamities that befall or that could fall on anyone at any time. Why are we not living in a saving world? What is the hope that our children will live better than us? This is the essence of my message. My question is, aren't people tired of seeing their fellow humans dead? Are we not tired of killing each other? Why is it that the human that is full of intelligence refuse to find an alternative deal aside of the killings of the people? These are questions I ask myself. Why is it that the humans refuse to understand that whatever happens to one could happen to all? If you could see it happening to others, remember it's also coming for you. If it's not in this generation, in the next generation, because we don't know that we regenerate on earth. That even if this generation refuses to give you your reward in this present time, you will still come back for it. What you sow, you will reap. Does not even end in this time. It will end only when you have received the measure through which you have given to others. Criminalities in the society today comes as a result of humans' failure to do the right thing for the people that need love. If you show people love, even after they committed the offense, there is possibility they will never go back to it. The way to handle the criminalities in our society today is, first, we must go into our initiative where we create a correctional center, which is everywhere today. We have a lot of prisons. We call them correctional centers now in Nigeria. We improve on them. We structure it in form of universities. We give it the same attention we give to our universities, because there are a lot of potentials in the prison today that would have been a good resource for our national development, and train people to go there to train them in their various areas, because idleness causes a lot of criminalities in our society today. A lot of people are idle. 2, suffering. In order to be able to solve this problem permanently, we have to work psychologically on them. A lot of people go into criminality not because it's their wish, but because they are suffering, because they don't have option to life fending. They don't have any means to fend for their family, so they venture into that criminality. So when we take them, we're able to arrest them. We take them to a correctional center through which we can always supervise their living. the nations can supervise the criminals' life to make them more resourceful, to still make them what they are created to be. Is an opportunity for us to be able to catch those people and work on them. We take good care of them over there. We separate them from the midst of the innocent society and ensure they have enough time for what they love to do. We got to search what they can do better, what they love to do. If anybody is doing what he loves to do, he will have no time, got no time for any criminal things, criminal activities. Then another thing that causes criminality in our society is poverty. A lot of people is a fear of unknown that push them into criminality. We got to answer those questions even there in their correctional center. We got to give the same attention we give to our universities, to our correctional centers. We're able to coordinate them there and able to train them in their various interests. Everybody has passion for something. They got passion for one thing or the other. We got to work on their passion, work with their passion to improve their life over there. Take good care of their families. For those that are fending for their family, they are the hope of the family. As when they come back, they will become more dangerous than the former person you arrested. Many of the most dangerous criminals in the society today are the people that have experienced that danger you have put them in the prison. When they come back, they already lost everything they had before. No, we must take care of what they had before they leave to their correctional center. And we must give them opportunity to see their family occasionally. We must take care of their family if they are such they are fending for their family. You don't punish an individual to punish all. To punish the whole family. The children did not offend you. And it is their responsibility before they leave to prison to fend for their family. If they don't, you know they could be arrested for that. So if you arrested them for their wrong conduct, then we must be able to also fend for the family they are living. As a government, that is the real essence of government. This is a government that will clean all forms of criminalities in the society tomorrow. This is a government that will be able to be the hope of our next generation, of our coming children. And your children and our own children will also enjoy a good society when they come. Because we have shown love in our generation, so they will continue from there. But if it's killing, we are preparing. If it's condemnation, elimination, we are preparing for criminality or the criminals in our society. Then you know their children will be more dangerous to the government tomorrow. You keep their father, you not allow their father to sponsor them in school. You not allow their father to take good care of them, to fend for their family. You not even allow some people to even have a child on earth. It's against God's productive curation. We must begin to act on them quickly. And on the aspect of correctional center, what we could do is we have them in sections. Like you have in university, we have 100 level, second level, 200 level, 300, 400, 500 levels to some courses, depending on how serious the offense they committed is. If it's a serious offense that you have in medicine, you spend closely 9 years in school. If you are studying medicine, law is another serious course. So if it's a very serious offense for them, we can actually make a very long period of year. So they start from the 100 level or 0 level. They will keep moving from level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it's going to take us 30 years to work on an individual, for the perfection of an individual, the remaining 40 years is going to spend on earth could improve, could change things for humanity. So regardless of the years it's going to take from us, we could actually change people aside of condemning them, pack them somewhere, and with time we say, okay, everywhere is filled up, so we start killing them one after the other. I'm not sure that would give a better nation tomorrow. We are not leaving a good nation for our children with that conceptuality, with that habit, without conduct. They are wrong conducts. Now when they graduate, we have perfectionists in charge of them. I can be of help in that time of training people that will take good care of them, and I can as well be part of people that do that. We put them, we examine them. If they qualify for the next stage of training, if they qualify, there's another section which is more convenient for them than the former. Another section again, another section depending on the offense, like I said. So these levels we always examine them to know if they actually mastered the training we're planning for these levels, until they are well corrected, until their mindset is changed totally, until they are pure humans. They were not just being privileged like you and I, to capture that sense, that evil sense in them. So what we could do is to help them out. It's not by hatred, not by condemnations, not by eliminations. God will not expect that. Everybody is a sinner. He said, the Lord is not given to me to kill. I'm not here to kill. The government should not be for killings of the people. No constitution should be written for killing the same human by the same human. He said, I'm not here to kill but to save. That is the government, the true government from God. And I want to believe God gives initiative for this government setting. The government should be for salvation and not for elimination, not for condemnation, and not for destructions of our people. And we can change it. We are all humans. We control the affairs of this world. We can change our directions to truly give love, give people chance to live, give their children chance to enjoy what your children are enjoying. We've all committed one offense or the other, but some are given more grace to be in a right position, to be in the right place, never to be arrested. We are all guilty. All have sinned and come short of God's glory. But by the grace we have, some are well positioned, some are wrongly positioned. That's where they were arrested. So we that arrested them should be for a wisdom, for a training, for a change, for a transformation, for a betterment. A lot of people in the prisons, their children are also criminals in this society today. I met somebody recently and was talking about a boy in one of our free educational schools. He pointed at the boy and he said the father was killed during fighting. There was disputes between two people and probably the father is part of it or not. I don't know. But he said he was killed during fighting. Now, the boy, we found out that the boy in question was also trying to injure somebody with weapons. So when we invited the parents, the parents, it was only single parent he has, and somebody joined him and somebody narrated how the father was killed at a very young age. And that was the only son. But the boy have started fighting too now. Started trying to become hooligans, miscreants. We must stop that by not allow violence to spread beyond this level. If the government arrests any criminal that is fending for their family, remember I said the government should fend for the family that they are living. It is the responsibility of government. It is our collective resources that the government is taking care of. And everybody has right to life. Everybody has right for good living. To good living. So if it happens that we arrested a criminal that is fending for he or a family, the government must take that charge. That should be part of the law of the nations. It's not just law to condemn. We got no right to condemn anyone. Jesus said, he said, I do not condemn you, you woman. If Jesus were to join the same law of Moses that people lived by, that so many nations are still following today, Jesus would have said, okay, go ahead and stone him. Moreover, he's not part of his family. Moreover, if many of our family's members had done what some people in the prison had done, they would not have been in prison. We would have known how to save them. The same love you can show to your family, let's begin to show it to the children of other family. They deserve the same privilege. So if we cannot allow them to live with us, then we can make a school for them in prison and train them and let them graduate from one level to the other, and also graduate out, graduated from such punishments. So quickly, let me read from here. Concerning the fact that no one is born bad or wicked, no one is born a criminal. No one is born a criminal. Criminality is a lapses of the authorities, society, and family. Come to look at it. When family has a lapses, when authority has a lapses, when society has a lapses, the victim of the lapses of the society are the ones we are punishing today. The victim of the lapses of the authorities are the ones we are punishing today. The victim of the lapses of the families are the same people, the authorities, the families disown and say, go and kill him. So today authority dislodge people and destroy them for what they fail to make them to realize. It is the responsibility of the authority to initiate programs that can help the people to live by the help of the people. To live for the help of the people is the responsibility of authority. We must begin to live for their help. The authority is not there just to exercise veto power upon the citizen, upon the same human. No, because you are not stable there. One day we are going to leave the positions of authority, and somebody else will do the same for your children, to your children even. So what we could do is to live by examples now, to lay a good example for the people. So it is the responsibility of authority to ensure society is well educated. It's not about go and study medicine, go and study engineering, go and learn how to do this. No. There is a primary education we must give to an individual in the society. And it is the responsibility of authority to do the same. Now, a lot of people have died because of ignorance. And people that killed them committed the same offense, even the worst offense, by the same ignorance. You are not just committed offense against the spirits of those people. You committed offense against the next generation of that same people. And we are committing more offense against God Almighty, who brought them. We are not the one that brought the people we sent back to heaven. As much as you don't want to go back. So we must change this figure. We must change this direction. We must change this mindset. The nation must change it. The authority must Start valuing life. Defending lives. That is the need or the needfulness of this generation. What is most important in this generation is our authority first must learn how to value lives of the people. We must learn to know that the life is the same. The life you are living is the same other people that are dying every day are living. I think it's one of the things that is helping the Western world. Many of these countries value the life of their citizens better than our countries, in black countries in Africa. Formerly, when we were growing up, we find out that when you see a corpse on the road, you cry, you feel shocked, you think about your own life. That one day, wow, this person is also a child of someone. This person was giving birth to one day, and people greeted the mother, congratulations. You know, you reflect upon your life. You think about what will happen to you too. And that shock was there those days. But today, people will just pass through curves. People will see people die. They will just go on their own way. They will not even think twice. They will not even think about whatever is spread from the authority. Once people are in position, the life of many becomes cheap to them. And formerly I've spoken about the spirit of authority that kills. That is not the same human that was on the authority. There's a spirit that is waiting for anybody that wants to take possession of the authority in there. It's waiting for you. So if you are condemning a leader, when you get there, you do the same thing. Until you realize where this problem is coming from. So we don't need to condemn. We need to just find a way together to help the living of our next generation. If this generation has failed, the next generation don't deserve failure. We can change things for them. We can live to sacrifice for them. Billions of people have died on earth for the failure of authority to make them realize their lives are valuable. They don't know they have a valuable life to live. They don't know this world is the valuable place. They don't know that nobody belongs to this world. We all come to be responsible to responsibilities on earth. We all come to supplement ourselves with our gift and talent. We all come to live and rejoice for the next generation. We all come to live for the next generation. We all come to enjoy the same value that we meet on earth. The same breeze goes round. The same rain fall on people. The same weather in categories. According to your geographical area, God did not separate the weather that goes to the president different from the least persons in the society. God treats everybody alike. It's the same culture should have our authorities following. If they are following the same culture, there will not be, there is no criminality in nature. His land, his sticks, it's attracted. We can make people to avoid the offense they commit. We teach them before they committed such crime that will not have option than to condemn them, to destroy, to kill them, or to throw them into this desert. We kill for the wrong we fail to make the people to know before they realize. If a true love is shown to the criminals, he probably not have to become wicked, and become a victim of judgment, of damnations, of destructions, of condemnations. So we all have a case to answer before the heavenlies, before our children. They will ask us, why have you not applied this sense of love, of orderliness, of training, of responsibility, being responsible to their training before such take hold of them, before the criminality sense take hold of the people? Jesus demonstrated how the wrong people should be treated with conviction. Ask questions. Doesn't mean that you have a verbal questions. No, we must make research. Do you know their story? Do you know their background? Do you know if they were never been taught the way you were? If they've never had opportunity to go through the same training you've been through? If you were not trained, you would have been one of them. So there's a way we can start changing things before you too turn to criminal. From one regime or the other, from one government or the other, from one leader to the other, you just see condemnations everywhere.